Hey, welcome to the Create a Life That Is Beautiful podcast. I'm your host, Letitia Ringe, and this is the space to be for high vibe people looking to create a beautiful life and business. Let's do this. Welcome back to the podcast, my beautiful friends. I am Letitia Ringe, your host, and it is a pleasure, as always, to be here with you today. Welcome to episode 101. It has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? So today we're going to dive into a topic that is part of a phrase that you hear me say all the time. That phrase is make a difference and thrive. This is my mission. This is what I set out to achieve in both my own life and with the support that I offer to all of you, everybody in my community, every single one of you who I work with. I want to support you in making a difference and thriving in your business and in your life because they're both connected. So I want to talk today about what I mean when I mention that word thrive, why that is such an important part of this statement, this phrase that I use all the time, because that little word thrive means so much to me and it has so many hidden gems of wisdom within it. And so I just felt today we need an episode on this word. What does it actually mean to thrive in business? What am I actually talking about when I talk about thriving? And how can you today make even just some small 1% shifts to feel like you're thriving more in this moment, and then in that moment, and then in the next? So let's dive into what we mean. First of all, though, I just want to say, especially for anyone who is newer or completely new to my work, when I talk about making a difference, we can get really mind-led about that word, and it can lead us all into a lot of mind drama where we think, okay, I've got to make a difference in the world. I've got to figure out what my purpose is. It's got to be absolutely perfect. It's got to be the best thing I could do. It needs to be approved by, the panel of people that we would love to have approve everything that we do in life. And it's this really big deal to the mind. It overcomplicates it so much. This is not what I'm talking about when I talk about making a difference. Making a difference to me is so much more simple. Making a difference in the world, the best way that I know how we can all make a difference is by owning our difference. And what that means is we are all born unique individuals, beings, right? We're all born with a unique combination of interests, gifts, experiences, and that is our diversity. That is our difference. So the more that we come back to who we really are at our core, the more that we embrace those gifts that we were just born to share, the more we focus on spending our time with and serving the people that we just naturally love and gravitate to, the more that we're in this authenticity within ourselves, the more that we own our true nature, the more that we do that, the bigger difference we make in the world, because we own that diversity. And this allows every single other person that we encounter to also do the same. We recognize that we've all been perfectly designed, literally perfectly designed from the moment we took our first breath. We were all given some mission, and that mission is simply to show up in the world. It's like we've just been handed this little platter, and it says, hey, all you need to do is have fun, follow what feels good, enjoy life, and follow what feels inspiring. That's it. Go have fun. And they're the instructions. They're really the instructions to follow in life. But instead, our mind says, hang on a minute. What's this person doing? And that person didn't have very much luck doing that over there. So we have all this fear-based thinking that puts us all in our little boxes and stops us from shining our beautiful, diverse lights that we all have to shine. So that to me is what making a difference is all about. It's simply showing up in the world as you. It's owning the gifts you're born to share. It's serving the people that you naturally gravitate to. And by doing that, you allow yourself to be in such a beautiful energy to receive divine downloads, to innovate, to create, to evolve, right? To allow whatever area that you're contributing to, whatever communities you're contributing to allow that solution focused aspect within yourself, which is our inner voice, to guide you, to come up with answers, to help improve things and see new possibilities and make things even more wonderful and better. And the more that we're in that space, the more that we're all enjoying the space that we're in, the more energy that creates for everyone, the more we're all able to evolve, the more happy we all feel, the more peaceful and calm we feel, the more abundant we are. That's a beautiful world, isn't it? And so this is the opportunity we all have in life every single day, in every moment. And this is why I love purpose-driven businesses. This is what it means to me. It's simply showing up and doing just that in the form of a business, which I love because I feel like it's ultimate freedom. However, you can design a career completely on your terms too. Okay, so it doesn't have to be through a business. However, I am a business coach and this is what I talk about. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. So the other part of this is creating all of that, showing up in the world on your terms and thriving while you do it. Thriving while you build your business, thriving while you enjoy your life. What does that actually mean? So I like to divide this word up, thrive, into 6 different categories. You can come up with your own categories. These are mine, and this is what I like to view the world through, especially the world of business through, to make sure that I'm supporting my clients holistically and, most importantly, myself first and foremost. So thriving to me is divided into these 6 categories. We have creatively thriving, we have emotionally thriving, mentally thriving, spiritually thriving, financially thriving, and physically thriving. Now, what thriving feels like to you in all 6 of these areas is very personal to you as an individual. Like, I can't tell you what thriving feels and looks like to you emotionally, mentally, in any of these categories. This is a personal choice, a personal connection you need to have with yourself, your inner being. That is the only place that you want to be guided from. So your needs are unique to you and what you need. But what we're taught in life and in school and our education that's meant to prepare us for life, but often falls short of that, is we learn how to look outside ourselves for those answers. What does this textbook tell me that I need? What does my teacher tell me that I need? What does my mom think I should do? What does my dad say I shouldn't do? And so we place all of those expectations upon ourselves and we decide, hey, they're the terms on which I will thrive. And then we set about in life, we set about in our careers, our families, relationships, in our businesses, and we start creating something that is designed to support those terms. But the problem is they're not on our terms. And so this is where our work is. This is where my work is. This is the message that I want to get out is, okay, let's throw all of that away. Let's put all of that to the side, all of those expectations, everything you have learned about who you need to be in the world to survive and what is told to us thrive. Can we throw all of that out and let's instead go on a journey of self-discovery to find out what your gifts actually are, what feels most natural to you, and also what are your true terms, not for surviving, but for thriving. Because when we are vibrating in that space of thriving, where you feel so vibrant and energized, and you're actually giving energy to the world just by being in this awesome high vibe energy, this is better for everyone. We don't want to just be surviving ever, right? Surviving to me is like just getting by. Oh, I'm just hanging on. How you going? Oh yeah, surviving. No, how are you going? I'm thriving. I'm thriving and I'm sharing my light, and I don't even need to tell you that I'm thriving. You can see it and you want some of that. So what our mind tells us is, okay, well, let's look at what she's doing to thrive or what he's doing to thrive, and let's copy that. Let's imitate that. Let's assume that that's what I need to thrive. And we miss the point. Only you know what you need to thrive. But using these 6 categories, I have found is a really beautiful way to acquaint myself with myself and my terms. And so I love this phrase, creating on my own terms. I was actually talking to my coach recently about this, because when I used to mention that term, I create on my own terms, and now I'm getting deja vu. So I hope I haven't already mentioned this, but anyway, so I used to use this term, I create on my own terms, as like it was a big, like F you to other people, right? I'm creating on my terms, not yours. And it was kind of defensive and protective. Hands up if you've ever felt that before. But I have come to like so much more peace with this term, especially recently, where I create on my own terms doesn't have any defensive, protective charge. It's just a matter of fact. Like, I learn what are those terms for me to thrive, and I create on those terms. I wait until I'm in the appropriate moment and energy within my life to do whatever that next phase of creation is, or to go to whatever that next level is. And I use my own alignment, like knowing that, okay, this is the right time for me because it feels good. That is my first port of call. That's where I check in with every single decision that I make. And so what we need to do in order to have that awareness is always be tuning in and asking ourselves these questions. As I mentioned today, we did a day 2 of the Make a Difference and Thrive challenge that I'm currently running over in the Make a Difference Soul Tribe, which, by the way, if you're not signed up for that, it's 2 weeks of holistic business trainings I'm running. I've also got some awesome guest speakers, and we have lots of soulful business connections. So there's daily challenges that are conversation starters that help you to share your message and your work and get more confident at doing that. So if you haven't done that, there's still time. It's 2 weeks. So sign up at letitiaringe.com/thrive and come and join us. And so what I was talking about today in our second day's training, which was all about being the magnet and attracting your community, is that something that made you feel good yesterday may not make you feel good today, right? But we can only know that if we're tuning in to ask ourselves, what do I need today? What would help me to align with the way that I want to feel in my life and in my business? What is going to be those activities that help me to be in whatever that state is that I want to be in today? But we get kind of lazy and our mind gets fixated on things that we've done in the past to light us up. And then we realize that, hey, this isn't lighting me up anymore, but now we've created an identity out of those things that once did light us up. And so we find it really difficult to separate from that. And instead, all we need to do is just tune in every single day, and even multiple times a day, and ask ourselves, hey, what do I need? What am I needing in this moment? What would help me to align with that state that I want to be in right now? Because I'm not in that state, and what I'm doing is not helping me to be in that state. So what is it that I need? And this is the exact same thing we need to ask ourselves when it comes to thriving across our life and across our business. So when I talk about spiritually thriving, I'm really talking about feeling deeply connected to yourself, to the universe, to all that is. What does it take for you to feel deeply connected? What makes you feel like you are spiritually thriving? And how can you be aligned with that sense of thriving spiritually in both your business and your life? Because, hey, everything's connected. So for me, the number one tool that I have found that really helps me to do that, actually, let's use 2 tools. So there's 2 tools, but really they're both connected, is about connecting with myself, right? And when I say myself, I'm talking about my true self. I'm talking about my essence. I'm really talking about my inner wisdom, that inner teacher guide that's always within me. And so the two tools that I love and that really work for me are, one, working with my cycle, because when we work with our inner cyclical wisdom, what we are asking of ourselves is to tune in and notice the shifts in our energy, to notice how we're feeling today as compared to yesterday, as compared with tomorrow. We notice the shifting patterns. We notice the physical sensations, the emotional sensations. We're so tuned in and becoming more and more aware of how we're feeling that this connects us to not only our bodies, but also to our inner wisdom, because our body is always communicating to us, and that is part of our inner wisdom. It's our feminine energy, as I've discussed before on here. So this working with your cycle is a really, really, really beautiful way to feel spiritually connected and to thrive spiritually as well. So if anyone hasn't yet downloaded your Menstrual Magic Journal that takes you with how to work with the 4 seasons of your inner cycle, please head to letitiaringe.com/menstrual magic journal to download your copy. And then the second tool that is so important is connecting with your inner voice, right? On a day-to-day basis. Now, this can look different for everybody. Some people love to use meditation, and meditation is such a broad term. It can look like sitting cross-legged, but it can also be going for a walk, a run, dancing, cooking, anything that gets you out of your mind, right? Like beyond your mind, where you're able to be in the present moment and not be like in that thinking mind the entire time. It's that separation between yourself and your mind and your thoughts. And it gives you this beautiful reprieve and a sense of connection. So for me, inner voice work is so important, and that's why I've continued to learn more and more about this, and working with your cycle is a beautiful way to support that as well, because the way that we connect with our inner voice through our cycle seems to shift as well, and we have different seasons where we feel more deeply connected, and I really love observing this. What I'm going to do soon is actually do on stories, I'm going to share some, like each day, the different shifts that I notice within myself on all of these different pillars of thriving, and how it shifts from like each day across my cycle and each season, so that you can get a real feel for this and then hopefully do this as well in your own life. So those two tools are so important, and that's where, like, I think I've spoken about this before when it comes to inner voice work, even just asking yourself questions each day and directing that to your inner wisdom, to your intuition, that sense of knowing, rather than asking them all to your mind, which is looking for all of the problems and answering with more problems. We want to go to the part of you that can see the solutions, that can see the path forward, that isn't worried. There's always a solution. So we can feel more deeply connected to that part of ourselves through things like meditation, and also simply through connecting with this part of you, this awareness within you, asking questions of that part within you. And of course, as most of you will know if you've been following me over the last couple of months, I've now done an inner voice facilitation training and certification. And so I'm now offering something new, which is 2-hour deep dives where I hold that space for you to be in your inner voice, and we ask questions for 2 entire hours that cover either all areas of your life, or there's a special one that's just for business. And I ask all questions in relation to your business that I know from many years of coaching people in business, all the questions we could ever want on it, and we receive answers from your inner voice. It makes it so much easier because you get to just sit there and be in your inner voice while I ask the questions from the mind. And then you've got a recording and can listen back to that later, and you just feel so incredibly amazing doing this work, because your inner voice is always chilled, it's peaceful and loving and happy, and you just feel so much bliss and you feel so deeply connected. It really is such a magical experience. So I will say, if anyone wants to know more about that, just go to letitiaringe.com/coaching and you'll see all the details there, and you can book in your session. So the next one, creatively thriving. So what does it mean to you to be creatively thriving? For me, that means feeling in flow, right? And that's going to look different at different seasons within my cycle, but also just within like whatever chapter I'm in. So we're going to talk more about this in a future episode too, but there are going to be different seasons along your business journey, right? So when I first started my business, I had so much like active creative energy where I just wanted to create. I wanted to get it all out. There was more of an urgency. There was more of a speed, like it was quite rapid, the speed at which I created all of the things I created in my business. And that for me felt so in flow. I was so supercharged. That was the rate at which I was creating. And that to me was thriving. Now today, a few years later, this looks quite different for me. I'm all about slow creativity these days, where I'm really love like sitting with something and just allowing it to unfold and moving a lot slower until I have the circumstances unfolding to support whatever it is that I'm creating. And also, I'm not doing so much of the like bare bones of the creation itself. I'm doing a lot more receiving, a lot more allowing, and that's just the season I'm in right now. And so it's important for me, in order to feel like I'm thriving, to honor that season, to allow myself to be with that. And actually something really cool that I'll also talk more about later is that I've actually decided, last week I had a week off. So I had this beautiful week at home. I was in my inner winter. I decided I'm going to take a week off and just chill. This feels really good to me. And so as I went through that, I realized through all of this COVID stuff, how much being on the screen so much in my life, like on my computer, on my phone, obviously in my business has been pretty much completely online from the moment that I started. So over the past 3 years, I've pretty much been doing everything for my work online. And now with everything that's been happening globally and us needing to stay at home and communicate with everyone online, I've reached like an excess, which I'm sure many of you have felt as well. And it's really put me over the edge when it comes to on-screen time. Like I'm getting headaches. I find it very intense. And it was really interesting for me because last week when I took the week off, I wanted to be on my computer for some personal projects and to connect with like people, my friends and family, right? It was so intense for me. I felt I really didn't want to be on screen. It actually made me feel really depressed. And so there was nothing that I could do that I actually wanted to do. I needed to just chill out and be off screen and find other things that I hadn't planned on doing. And this was a really beautiful experience that made me realize, you know what? Thriving for me at the moment also means like a lot of time off screen. So I'm going to do this new experiment in my next cycle where for every inner winter I have, I'm going to take the whole week completely off screen. So I'm not going to have my phone. I'm not going to have my computer, and I'm going to do everything for my business and for my personal life completely off screen. And so I'm still going to have days where I'm working on my business, doing like planning and things, but it's all going to be like pen to paper. It's all going to be off screen. And I'm going to see what the outcome of this is, because I think it's actually going to lead to so much more creativity and also, of course, greater fulfillment for myself. So I'll let you know how this goes, but I'm excited to experiment with this. And so this inspiration came at the perfect time, right? That's why I feel inspired about it, which means it's the perfect time. And to me, this is part of what it means to thrive now, but that was not the case before. So we can't hold ourselves to things that once worked that now no longer work for us. Okay, so now what about physically thriving? What does it mean and what does it feel like for you to feel like you are physically thriving? Your body, right? We're talking about your physical body, your physical energy. What does that mean to be thriving to you? Now, we all know at different phases of our life, and this is another issue that comes up for so many of us, we want to be in that like the young child stage of our life or the teenager years where we've got this certain amount of energy. And you see this with a lot of people who want to be the same weight they were when they were in high school, right? And it's actually ridiculous because our bodies are always changing and growing and going through different phases. And this is the beautiful thing. This is life. We're in different chapters and and seasons. And the only way we can honor what our body actually needs and what it needs to thrive is by tuning in and being aware of what that means today. So what does it mean for you to thrive today in this chapter and season of your life? We want to make sure that you know what that is so that you can set up your business to support you in thriving physically as well. And that is, again, another opportunity to connect with your cycle, which tells you a lot about your physical needs as well. Okay, so then we have mentally thriving. So you want to feel like you're mentally thriving. Your mental health is feeling really great. You know that you feel really supported. What does it mean to you to feel mentally thriving? It could also refer to like a sharpness of your mind. It could refer to your memory. What does it mean for you to feel like you're mentally thriving? And for me, one of the things that really supports me to mentally thrive, again, is having the awareness of what's going on in my mind. So something like meditation is really helpful, but also having my mindset work to support me. I know that when my mind is coming up against myself, it's, supporting me to not feel like I'm thriving. I have the tools to support myself to shifting that, right? To coming back to a mindset that really supports me. So mindset for me is a really important part of mentally thriving. Now, what about emotionally thriving? What does it feel like to you to be emotionally thriving in your life and in your business? To me, it also requires being aware of how I'm feeling, being connected to my feelings and not hiding from them, allowing them, feeling them. And then there will be certain emotions that I really love to experience the most, right? So these are the ones I really want to make sure that I'm aligned with. And it's important for us to know this in our businesses because, of course, whatever energy we're aligning with predominantly is also what we're going to be attracting. So if we want more joy, we want to be in joy. If you want to get more frustration, then stay in frustration. You will attract opportunities that will continue to keep you frustrated. And again, and this is the same with mindset, actually, with mentally thriving, both with mentally thriving and emotionally thriving, your cycle and working with your cycle and knowing the different shifts within your inner seasons, the different patterns that emerge, this awareness, this structure, knowing what those shifts look like for you and how they could show up also helps you to know how to prepare for like the new season coming up each month as you go through a cycle. So that's really cool as well. Okay, and the last category that I want you to consider today is also what does it mean to you today to be financially thriving? What does that term in and of itself, financially thriving, mean to you today? Now, this can mean what you are receiving, of course, in your business, what you've got coming in terms of income. It could include how you are receiving that income, right? How that comes through, like what offers, in what ways are you working with people that actually feels like you're thriving, that feels like this beautiful, fair, energetic exchange. It can also refer to the way that you then circulate that money, right? The way that you circulate your finances, the way that you care for your finances, the way that you support your finances, the way you spend and invest and save, and the relationship that you have with money in your life. It's up to you, not me, what that means for you, but it's important to know in this season of my life where I am today, what does that look like? What does financially thriving look like to me? So at the start of my business, what financially thriving looked like to me was just making some money, right? I didn't care how much money it was. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be making money just for showing up in the world and being me. That is like ridiculous to my mind. How can that even happen? I've always received money from my employer. I'm going to be receiving money directly from a client. That is so cool. That was such a huge thing. And that to me was thriving. And then as I went along my business journey, then it was like, making consistent income in my business. And then it was building up to consistent, 4 figures in my business. Then it was making 5 figures. And then it was hitting, my 6-figure business. And as I continued continue to grow and evolve it, that continues to grow and evolve with me, but also the terms on which I financially thrive and the relationship I have with money, what I spend it on. Like right now, I spend so much more money investing. The more I've grown, the more I've invested. Actually, usually it's gone first. I've invested and then I've grown. And that for me is what financially thriving means to me. I'm able to make these investments and to support amazing people come on my team and have this beautiful partnership. And so this is what financially thriving is. And that looks different to what it once was. So what does it mean for you today to feel like you are financially thriving? These 6 areas to me cover all of the areas that we could ever want to cover in our life when it comes to that beautiful little term, which is thriving. So what I'd love for you all to do after this episode today is just to grab out your notebook or get your notes on your phone and ask yourself, in those 6 categories, what does it mean to financially thrive to me? And then these are the terms on which you want to build your business at the moment, and you'll allow them to shift and evolve as those terms change. And this is also the terms on which you show up in the world and share your gifts and make your difference, right? Because when you thrive, you're going to show up in a better energy, you're going to be a better service to your community, and we're all going to evolve and be able to relish in the fact that you have valued that for yourself. So if you want to know any more about any of these 6 categories, what I would love for you to do is come over to the Make a Difference and Thrive challenge that I'm running at the moment. If you're listening to this later on in the year, when the Make a Difference and Thrive challenge is over, don't worry, you can still come and join us in the Make a Difference Soul Tribe. That's a beautiful place for you to be signed up to. It's my private Facebook community, and I often run challenges there for everybody. They're totally free, but so importantly, you also have a community of like-hearted, soulful women in business who want to make a difference and thrive. And so it's a beautiful space to be in. So head over to letitiaringe.com/thrive to join the current challenge that we've got going on from May the 11th to May the 22nd. And if you're listening to this later on, just head to letitiaringe.com/make a difference and you'll find the details there to join. All right, everybody, I am so excited to hear from you all. Tag me on Instagram at letitiaringe. Share with me if you had any ahas through this episode, which category it was in. Share what it means to thrive for you at the moment. And I just love hearing from you. So please reach out and have a really beautiful day. And I'll see you over in the Make a Difference Soul Tribe in the meantime. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey, if you're ready to create your very own purpose-driven business too, I invite you to check out my online program, Create Your Beautiful Biz. You'll learn how to create a business that allows you to make your difference and thrive using my signature feminine essence framework. Just head over to www.letitiaringe.com/CYBB. Let's make creating a business beautiful. I'll see you there.